Hello, I'm Adam Paul Morgan, and at long last, my top 5 favourite video games of all time. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I started doing top 5 videos as a sort of nice and easy thing to do, but then I struggled to actually find out what top 5s to do, and I thought, oh, come up with a top 5 or ask the people, the viewers, to pick a top 5, easy peasy to pick the top 5s. Like what I've done as a request at the moment, the sort of top 5 alien moments, things like that. Yeah, nice and easy, yeah, top 5 alien moments. But someone asked me over the Xbox Live to name my top 5 favourite video games of all time. And I was like, oh dear, that's a bit tricky. So, at long last, I have managed to come up with the list of my top 5 video games of all time, and this was a really tough job to do. But here we go. 5. Total Annihilation. Strategy game from back in the day on the PC. Does anyone remember it? Total Annihilation. If you don't know about it, Google it. It's a really, really addictive game from back in the day, sort of tower defense games. One of my favorite type of games. You don't really get that on consoles, but on PC back in the day, that was my favorite game. Way back on Windows, I couldn't even tell you what Windows it was, prior XP, whatever that was. But yeah, really good game. Really enjoyed it. Resident Evil 4. I've just realised my number 4 is Resident Evil 4. Resident Evil 4, number 4. But anyway, moving on to Resident Evil 4. I first played this on the GameCube, then later got the GameCube, the Wii edition. Yes, the Nintendo Wii edition. That was good, but I did prefer the GameCube version with the timing, trying to aim. It was a little bit easier on the Wii U version. You just obviously aim, shoot and point, but with the GameCube version for this game, and it was something different, something very special about this game. I couldn't actually put a thumb on at the time, but now it was that very, very dark, simple story. President's daughter gets kidnapped, you go and rescue her. There was something about that game that was fun, dark, mysterious, scary, a little bit challenging, but that a little bit action-packed that I thought 5 and 6 went too far on. But Resident Evil 4 was just brilliant. Star Wars Battlefront. Not that thing that EA done, the original Star Wars Battlefront. I don't know what it was about that particular game. Yes, I'm a bit of a Star Wars fan, but that particular game I played over and over and over and over. I do actually, thinking back to it, with a couple of other games, that was the one game that I actually went out and got a PS2 for. I had the GameCube, but I actually went out and got the PS2 just because of this one particular game. The original Star Wars Battlefront. It was so good. It was simple, yet brilliant. A little bit of thinking to do in it as well, particularly that you could just get into an X-Wing and go out and just shoot other enemy craft and things like that, and take things down in different sort of contact levels and things. Hopefully the new Battlefront 2 will be better than the new remake version of my favourite game. But again, we all live in hope, but that was my number 3, Star Wars Battlefront, the original. 2. I've played this game on the Wii U. I've played it originally on the PS3, and I've also played the sort of remastered edition on the Xbox One, and that is Batman Arkham City. It was just, it's a brilliant game. Brilliant story, brilliant voice acting, brilliant everything, brilliant combat system. It seems small now for an open world game. It really does, very small, but it is just brilliant. And that ending, that's probably been the most shocking ending for me in any video game I have ever played. It was just brilliant, and that Mr. Freeze level, brilliant, just brilliant. That's why it's my number 2, because it is one of the best video games I have ever played. 1. So many to choose from. There is so many to choose from. Oh, where do you go? There's so many brilliant games, and I sent the message to the guy who, obviously keeping quiet, I don't want to give names out or anything like that. The guy who messaged me ages ago, a long time ago, to said, name your, do a top 5 of your favourite games of all time. You'd think it would be simple, but it's not. It really isn't. However, my number 1 game of all time, has got to be The Legend of Zelda: The Ocarina of Time. It just blew everything else out of the water at the time when I first got it. I've done another video in the past just showing off all my Zelda stuff, but it was that game, I've still got it today, that gold cart for the Nintendo 64 that made me back then go, wow, these video games are amazing, what a brilliant story, what epic tales they can tell. And yeah, it's sort of realising that in my top 5. If you look at Resident Evil 4 story, Arkham City for whatever console story, The Legend of Zelda, all the stories that are in there as well. Even if you look at how that game influenced, obviously, Majora's Mask, Wind Waker, Twilight Princess, Skyward Sword, a little bit towards Breath of the Wild. I know it's completely different, Breath of the Wild, but that's a whole nother argument. But really, my favourite video game of all time, without question, is the Ocarina of Time. So, that's it, my top 5 greatest video games of all time. But I did say to the guy, look, this is going to take some time, it's really going to be difficult. And he said, why don't you, he sent me another message by the way, why don't you just do a top 25? So I've done the first 5. So that's 20 video games to sort of research and pick. Particularly I've been gaming for well over a quarter of a century now. That's a lot of games to go back and look at and pick. It was just very difficult doing this one. But if you do have any more requests of what a top 5 you would like me to do, by all means, leave it in the comments below. Send me a message through whatever gaming system it is. And I've got a funny feeling someone's going to come out and go, your favourite games consoles of all time. If you do send requests like that, please give me time to do it. Thank you very, very much. I'm Adam Paul Morgan in a very hot, sweaty spare room at the moment. Thank you so much for watching. Click on, do all the subscribe stuff, but you don't have to unless you don't want to. Thank you very much. I'm Adam Paul Morgan. Thank you for watching.